It's not the holiday season without dinosaurs. My camera doesn't focus. So today we are having an exclusive early look at the brand new upcoming Beasts of the Mesozoic Tyrannosaur Series Wave 3 Moros intrepedus. A big thank you to David Silva for sending this one out for an early review on the channel. The Wave 3 of the Tyrannosaurs is the last wave in the series, and it is coming out in the early new year, I believe. So these are up for pre-order now, so if you want to get any of them, make sure you go over to Creative Beast and throw in your pre-order to get a good little early discount on these guys. But anyway, the Moros intrepedus. This is a genus that is only known from some teeth and a couple leg bones, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of the reconstruction is very speculative here, but it looks really nice. I think the head sculpt on this one has quite a lot of personality. Of course, this one is in the size range of the small tyrannosaurs like the Guanlong, the Proceratosaurus, and the Susquityrannus that we've all reviewed at this point. So that means the posing, the articulation, everything is going to be pretty much the same on this one, which is great because this is one of my favorite body sizes ever produced for the BOTM series. It just has so much range of motion. The articulation is fantastic for the size of figure that it is. And the amount of detail in this sculpt, once again, is just incredible. For the size that it's at, the feathers are all beautifully sculpted, and the head on this one has a lot of personality. I also like these sort of keratinous bits like on the cheek and right above the eye. Really cool texturing going down the scaly snout as well, especially on the top. And I like the little tuft of feathers on the top of the head as well. The tail has the thinner tail fan instead of the wider one like some of the other small tyrannosaurs have. Now, one thing with the articulation that is slightly worse on this one is this one doesn't have quite as much downwards motion on the actual headpiece attaching to the neck piece. The bottom of this headpiece comes in contact with the base of the neck there. But it's not that bad. It's just something that was a little bit noticeable. But it's not that bad. It was something that was just a tiny bit noticeable in comparison to all of the other ones, which, spoiler alert, I have ultimate collected all of these from this body size now. We have another review coming out very soon. And also the coloration on this one is such a lovely blend of just looking so mean and edgy, but also so naturalistic at the same time. I'm trying to remember, hold on, I'm actually gonna do a live Google here and we're gonna figure out what bird this is based off of again. Oh, you hear that, guys? I got a new keyboard, do you hear that? Oh, it's my first mechanical keyboard and it sounds so good. That's right, I thought my instinct was correct, but this one's coloration is based off of a painted red start. But I also think the coloration, particularly with the black on the top of the head and neck and the red on the underside of the throat and such, and some more of the light, like whitish tones, particularly towards the end of the tail with the yellow, the golden yellow feet and hands, it gives me woodpecker vibes a little bit as well. So this one I think you can really see in like a dense forested habitat looking pretty darn cool. And that is also reinforced with the base design for this one, which the base for this one does look like a sort of dense forest floor with some dark wood there, dark rocks, some nice dark vegetation like grass on the side. Really nice paint job on these bases once again, and once again the mileage David Silva gets out of the same sculpt for these bases with just a good, well thought out paint job to convey a different environment is very impressive to me. And also, speaking of the environment, here's a quick little look-see at the box for this one. The art on the cover of the box and also on the collector's card that is included with this one is done by Raf Lomaton, and it is one of my favorite art pieces in the entire Tyrannosaur series. Just the design and the coloration translated so well into his art style here. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and that dense foggy forest environment slash marshy environment looks so darn cool. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I really have to say about this one. Once again, mostly the same sculpt except for the head that we've seen on all of the other ones from this body size, but the coloration is awesome. The only real like downside, which I can't really call a downside because it's really not that bad, but there isn't quite as much up and down motion on this headpiece as there are on the other small Tyrannosaurs that I have from this series. But once again, another one proving my point that this is like one of my favorite body sizes that David Silva has ever released in the BOTM series. It's so much fun, and I hope he continues to release dinosaurs with these body parts. So it'd be so cool to see what else he could do with it. But in case you're wondering how big this Moros intrepidus is, from the tip of the snout to the tip of the tail, it is approximately 8 inches average, and on the base it is approximately 4 inches tall. The dimensions are going to change depending on the pose you put this one in, of course. And for a quick comparison, I'll bring out one of our most recently reviewed BOTM figures, which is the Wave 2 Chiansaurus, one of my favorites, if not just my favorite, out of the whole Tyrannosaur series. But that is going to do it, guys, for this early look at the beasts of the Mesozoic, Moros intrepidus. Thank you, David Silva, for sending this one out to me once again. And a big thank you to my channel members, as always, for supporting my content, with a special shout out to Raphael Tree Kangaroo for being the coolest tree kangaroo there is and becoming a SpinoChad. If you want to support me in my future content down below, click the big join button next to my name. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Make sure to get your pre-orders in for this guy down below, and I'll catch you in my next review. So take care, and bye-bye.